Hey, welcome everyone. Crazy, crazy day. Thank you for joining me. I wanted to take responsibility and review the week first and foremost. This has just been a crazy mixed week here in the spiders, as we all know, based on, of course, President Trump started with his tweet Sunday night, left us in, I don't know, back and forth action about whether or not the market was going to have a 5 to 10, and some people predicting 20% crash. One of the things that we talked about and in our live trading room were just extremely ecstatic. And I warned you, and this is why I want to do this video. This is very powerful information. I said if the spiders generate a sell signal in the week, you want exposure to SDS. Well, right now, friends, I'm backing off that based on how we're closing. And I wanted to go over our Algo17 strategy systems that we've got going on in the live trading room. Now, it is exactly 3:20. In our system, we've been talking about this all morning. First off, we took a long right in here. It got out of the long position. I want to point out, and I'll bring this into speed here. This is a phenomenal model that we use on the 15-minute. And first and foremost, if I may be so bold, I want to share with you the combination of what you see on the screen first, and then we'll get right into what I see going into next week. When you get a buy signal and this volume indicator, especially the histogram component, starts to change. Now, again, this is a volume indicator. It's not a momentum indicator. It's not based on price. It's based on percent changes of volume. That's what this measures. And so when we're looking for longs, I like confirmation. We've been saying this, I don't know how many times. You see me do these, post these videos, but this is what we look for. If we're starting to see after a downtrend and the volume starts to dissipate, you can see the momentum bars starting to move higher as price is now moving lower. So guess what? We want to look for spots to go long. What does the Algo Optimizer do? You optimize it to take longs, you turn it on, you optimize it for best profitability. Best profitability in this environment has been to use a scale out function. That's why we use two contracts. So one, that blue line is the profit. Here's your entry. The red line is your stop. And then this is what happens right there. It gets out of the trade on a scale out. It goes short and it trails a stop, as you can see, and it got stopped out on a trailing stop, and it says so right there. Now, that was yesterday, Thursday. Now let's come into Friday and why I'm coming off of my statement that at the end of Friday, look to take shorts or longs in SDS and shorts in the market. Today we started off with, was President Trump and the deal with China want to go through? Well, we entered a long, it got out, and it trailed the stop on a profitable position. Note the volume action starts to decline. It goes short, takes a profit where it should. Yes, it gave up a lot of profits. I'm not going to joke around. You can see it yourself. But if this thing trailed, we would have gotten out with an amazing profit in case it was the end of day. Instead, it wasn't. What did it do? It reversed. We actually talked about this in the room. I said, gang, the 15-minute model, we all voted to have this thing running. And so there, JJL, you are part of that vote. If you are watching, you will be recognized when needed. And I think that was a good shout out to you, my friend. He's JJL. You're one of the members of our trade community here. So with that volume indicator, it's literally darn close to the same setup that you have over here, right? I mean, anyone can see that. So this gave great confirmation that we'd get, and I think my comment was, well, we'll probably get a small counter trend rally and maybe test this level, and it should act as resistance. Well, guys, we're not just testing resistance. You can see what's going on. And this little small two lot that we've got going on right here, this is one of the biggest days I've seen with our Algo Optimizer for at least a couple weeks. I said biggest day. On two contracts, we're up $4,400, and it's climbing right now. So the system right now, we're short the VIX from yesterday, and I want to get into that right now. That's right, you heard it correctly, 44.75. There's the result off of the ES on that 15-minute system long from that area and riding it all day. So, you know, what's the message? It's good for the goose, good for the gander. If you didn't like being stopped out on a trailing basis yesterday, you're going to like it today. So if you don't take the system when you should take the system, that's when you alter results. If the system says get in, you got to get in. You might get chopped up a little bit, but that's the whole mechanics with trading systems, right? I just try to tell you in our live trading room, and when using the Algo Optimizer 17 program, and many of you have been asking a lot, like, how can I get your hands on this? I can't understand why anyone wouldn't want their hands on this. It executes what you want. It'll trail for you automatically. You can set those program. You can optimize it. You can use it for stocks, ETFs, day trading, etc., etc. Very dynamic. So the what we do in the trading room, friends, is we got this running, and also we have it on our 15-minute VXX. Look at this. This went short right here, and you can see the VXX short 637. That's 637 shares from a price of 31.36. It's up about 2,000 right now on that small position. The SPY went long. You can see that it's long 349 shares. It's up about what, less than half of that amount in the VIX. The moral of the story is I see us closing below this pink line. This pink line has been in our room. I think you guys even saw it in a previous video. And this yellow line in the spiders were too darn close to that yellow line to me to be one to short the market. This is as SDS. In fact, if this thing keeps going, by the way, gang, we would more than likely, look what it just did. It formed an inverse bottom here, a long leg bottom right now. That's two dojis. It doesn't give me the real strength to want to say get in on this position. So I think what we want to do is, and again, take a look at SPY. This is the spiders. We are going to more than likely, depending on how much time we have, and I want to get this video in your hands so you can kind of see this for the close, or at least follow it up for the weekend. We came all the way back, and if we close more positive, if we close somehow above the opening range, or if we close back above that line in the sand, or that low, this was just a wipeout in the market, and the advanced decline is still strong. This was a crazy week, and I want everyone to understand, when you get into situations where you get big time indecision or doji type of patterns, it's not the time to take a key reversal pattern. So the sell signal, we do see it is there. There's a PPS sell signal, but under those conditions, I'm telling you to wait. Wait this one out. I think it was just too strong of a recovery off the lows on bad news. A market that goes up on bad news, such as increasing tariffs, no China deal, that's considered bad news. You get something like that, friends, that's the market's telling us something different. With that said, look at today's price action in the spiders, not just in the charts. Look at the action also with the advanced decline. Big key reversal. We are right now on, we went from negative, like only 40 stocks were positive on the day, to now only like 116 are negative on the day. So we flipped from let's keep it in terms of advancers. Advancers were only 40 stocks positive on the day at one point this morning, to now 300, as you can see, 386 in there. So what does that mean? We had a key reversal, a lot of stocks coming back strong. So that's not, to me, on an end of a day, end of a Friday type of market action that held support. With these dynamics, it's not the same as back in October. So we're not getting on the bandwagon of the short side for sure. All right, sticking with this. Now, what will happen if you don't see this? This is going to trail a stop in here. We are now, look at this, 47.75 since I started talking. It just keeps on ticking. Number one. The other thing that we wanted to point out is this will on the E-mini S&Ps get flat at the end of Globex. So regardless, tonight's Globex, not the open outcry, Globex, not the cash market, Globex, this gets flat no matter what. Fabulous day, and also I just wanted to make sure I pointed out the reasons why we're not going to take that SDS. We'll get some scans. We like stocks like Kellogg's, and some of the industrials are starting to turn back. More importantly, one last one. Remember Hess? Hess is starting to turn back. So a lot of really positive things here in the market to discuss. I look forward to the next video. And for those that really want to have more serious discussions of how to get your hands on Algo17 and use it efficiently, send us an email, info@personsplanet.com. We'll do another webinar series on this product and what it does for people. Watch for an email invitation to that in the coming week. Thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend. Fabulous trade. Oh, and before I leave you here, two things. Best Buy, Tiffany's. Tiffany's coming back. Best Buy's coming back. I talked about Target coming back. Kellogg's. I know Kellogg's. You guys are sitting there thinking, what? Kellogg's? Yes, Kellogg's. A big key reversal today. And then look at Hess now. Hess now positive on the day. All good things in this marketplace, and a lot of green on the board. A lot of key reversals here. Look at this weekly. There's a lot of stuff flashing. Brand new flashing means new, fresh buy signals. That's positive. Now I can say, have a great weekend, everyone.